Deus Ubiscum, my kin, my clan, may the gods be with you all. It's me, Xiomara Moraz. Wanted to say thank you for watching my videos. I hope you like them. Down and like and subscribe and share, please. So today I decided, first of all, let me just say it's hard for me to come up with ideas to do videos. So if you can please help me out by when you hit me up personally, or when you, if you want to leave a comment down below, just let me know some of the things that you would like for me to do, and I'll sure and do them. Because I rack my brain, and I'll think of 5 different things to do, and at the last minute, I just let my intuition take a hold of me, and I wind up doing something that I didn't even think about, such as today. Today's video is going to be about how to attract a lover. I've done this spell years ago, and I've done them for people, and for the most part, I get good feedback. Basically, the whole gist of this spell is if you're lonely, or, you know, you've hit a dry spell, and it's been some months or years that you haven't really been out putting yourself out there in the dating game, and you're like, what am I going to do? You know, nobody is looking for me. Nobody is trying to, you know, have their way with me or whatnot. Well, you know, it's not out of lack of trying. You know, if you put yourself out there, then hey, that's great. But sometimes you just need that little extra push from the cosmic forces. And one thing that I will say about this spell is, you know, the title is How to Attract the Lover spell, or How to Attract Love. But, you know, you will have to kiss a lot of frogs before you get to the actual prince. What I find that this spell does is it literally just starts attracting a lot of, if you're a female, then it'll start attracting a lot of men to you. If you're a male, then you're going to attract a lot of women to you, but not all the time are those individuals going to be great picks. So with this, you know, you kind of have to create a standard for yourself if you want to, you know exactly know what you want. Envision as you're doing this spell / offering, because again, you're gonna get hit on a lot, and most of the time, of course, this is going to generate lust. You know, as some of my viewers know from my other love spell, you know, it's all about lust. It's all about that physical, that body chemistry. Who you get attracted to, who's attracted to you. So I wouldn't want you to fall for the first guy that comes to you from this spell. I mean, if he's the one, then hey, that's great. But I want you to take your time, maybe try to set up that 3-date rule, just so that you can know if he's really for real, or if he's just trying to get into your pants. Same for the men, you know. Try to set up that 3-date rule. Maybe the first time you take him out, maybe by the third date, they'll cook you dinner. Because if it's all about this, then, you know, that's not what you want, fellas. You know, you're going to want what you give is what you receive, you know. Okay, so let's get started. One of the things that first of all, let me explain how this spell goes. It's a 2 to 3 day spell. Okay, what you'll do is have a deity that you are attracted to that deals with love, or companionship, you know, sexuality and all that good stuff. Okay, and you're going to leave an offering of some plants and fruits, if you like, and flowers to this specific deity. You're going to light a candle to the actual herbs. Okay, and the next day, the offering that you gave will be used in a spiritual bath that you'll make. So, for example, And there's two ways of doing this spout. One is you can completely just do it in your home. That's perfectly fine. Second is you can do it in your backyard or out in the woods. Okay? It works the same. It's just of how you connect with the actual spout. Okay? So, for example, let's say, and I'll give a little brief list of some deities that, you can work with, but it's very simple. You can just go online and just hit up deities that deal with love, and you'll get the whole Wikipedia page, and you'll get a whole list of different genres of deities, gods and goddesses that deal with love. So I started mine yesterday. Okay, so in this big plate, it was more, pungent. But because you don't keep them in water, some of them kind of wilted, some of them stayed pretty good. So some of the things that I put in here, I have some pink flowers. Okay, I have some pink flowers. I have the luxury of having a nice, I have to thank my mother. My mother has the luxury of having this big garden in our huge backyard, and it's filled with, fruits and some veggies and flowers and trees and all that fun stuff. So I have my aloe vera or my savila. Okay, so I just took a piece off. You don't need a lot. I don't know if you follow me. For some of you who follow me, you'll know that I still have some of my root plant that I stole from my cousin. Okay. And this little plate is what I use to light a small little red candle, just because the deity that I work with likes this. And I worked with Ishtar. You could do yellow, but I decided to do red, or Astarte. Okay. I have some cinnamon sticks. I have white flowers. I have red flowers. I have, believe it or not, this is spearmint. I have a lot of mint in this. If you could only smell this, it smells so awesome. I have some tamarind pods with the seeds inside. Tamarind is very sweet, kind of tangy. I do want some spice when I attract. I have cinnamon. I have some more mint and just a whole bunch of flowers. And I have some of these green leaves are from the tamarind tree that we have. And this fruit that's called kalala. I don't know how to say that in English, but it's a very, very sweet fruit that normally they make into drinks here. But that's this. And I just have a whole bunch of, I just went picking in my garden and got a whole bunch of this. And I put the candle in the center. And I prayed and I prayed and I prayed and I prayed and I prayed. Okay. And what you want to do with this is, you want to raise the energy. I always speak about raising the energy. So hopefully this is still on. Yes. Okay. So what you're going to do is, okay, on some charcoal, as right before you start praying, okay, you take your charcoal, you're going to put some tobacco, just because you're trying to raise the energy, okay, and then you're going to put your cinnamon, because you want that, excuse me, that energy, that sexual energy, that energy of love, that energy of attracting and attracting and attracting, and that's what you're trying to envision. So you set the mood. Now again, if you're going to do this inside, make sure that you have your windows open or the AC going on, just so that there's some type of ventilation. Me, here I have a whole bunch of windows open and the door to the backyard and all that. So you're going to put your cinnamon in there. You're going to put some lemongrass in there. And again, you don't have to use these exact herbs. You work whatever's best for you. If you have patchouli, then you can use some patchouli flowers or roots. If you have some lotus, that's good to opening doors. Okay. If you have some sweetgrass, by all means use it. You can use some lavender, some sweet cloves, you name it, and you can use it as long as you do your homework. and you know what exactly the specific herb is used for, then by all means go right ahead. And again, it's if you want to do it step by step with me, hey, by all means go ahead. But I've used different. My herbs always change. It's the intent that you put out there that matters. Okay. So with that being said, okay, so you have this, and you're meditating. I'll put this to the side because it's all in my face. And then you have your herbs in front of you, okay, and you're meditating. You're praying to the deity that you work with. It could be anywhere from, let me see, I wrote them down for you. This is Xochitl. She's an Aztec deity of love and sexuality and of some prostitutes. There is Izan, which is a love deity from Buddhism. From the Celtic genre, there is, for y'all who actually practice the Celtics, so please don't kill me on my pronunciation, because most of the time you don't pronounce my name right anyways. So, is Ein and Cleodna, that's Celtic deities. For Egyptian, you can go to either Bath, Hathor, or Bastet. For the Greek, you can go to Aphrodite or Pan, okay? For North mythology, or if you have that Germanic root in you, I hope I said that right, you can go to Freya or Frigg. In Voodoo, you can go to Bawon Semidi or Erzuli Frida Daumi. You can go to Cholawenge if you're going to do with Palo Mayumbe. If you want to do Santeria, you can go with Ochun. The list goes on and on and on and on and on. You don't necessarily have to do an actual a deity. If you have a spirit guide that deals with love and prosperity and attracting, then you can definitely go forward with your spirit guide. You just have to, including the flowers and the leaves from certain fruits and flowers and stuff like that. You'll just incorporate something personal from that specific spirit guide. Because this is also like I'm doing Ishtar / Astarte, as well as I'm doing including one of my own spirit guides of some gypsy magic, and I gave her a glass of some very, very, very sweet wine. There's this fruit that's called Nancy's here. For any of you Hispanic viewers, you'll know exactly what I mean. They make wine out of that in this country, and it's absolutely, it's a little too sweet for me. I'm, a dry girl. I like my dry wine. But it's very I did taste it yesterday because, if the way I decide to do things is I'll partake in my meditation. So I give them a glass, I drink a glass. Not all at once, I sip it and commune and meditate and call and call and call and call until I feel that the individual's here. So, it's a bonding experience with your deities that I do recommend you do. If you're going to give fruits, like if you're going to give, I don't know, Ochun, Cholawenge, 5 oranges, well, make sure you have a 6th orange for yourself and you eat it with them. Things like that. If you're going to give them pastry, make sure you have an extra cupcake or cookie for yourself to partake with them, and do that whole meditation thing with them and bonding with them. That way they also know that, you're taking the time to spend time with them. Like, when you go out with your girlfriends or with your boys to go out and eat, that's a bonding experience. Well, I'm pretty sure the deity helps you out more than your friend does. By the way, for those of you who don't deal with deities and are more into Catholicism, mysticism, and you want to do that whole, give the offerings to your saint. Well, hey, by all means, you can go to Saint Anne. What's that saying? Saint Anne, please bring me a man. For my Italian friends, y'all know what I mean. But you go to Saint Anne, you can go to Saint Anthony, you can go to the Virgin Mary. For those of you who do 21 divisions, honestly, you can go to Anaïs Pierre. Anyone, Cupid even, for those who pray to Cupid and all that. Again, the list goes on and on and on. So, Okay, so once you have your incense going, and let me just give this a little stir. I so miss self-igniting charcoal. Here I have to use gasoline and throw it on charcoal instead of fire. It's a pain. So when you're meditating, okay, so we're back to meditating with the with your deity. So to raise more energy, okay, to raise more energy in the actual charcoal, okay, I'm going to add some almond oil. Just because it's sweet, it's a sweet aroma. And a little bit of rose oil. You know, obviously, you know, rose is good for attracting love and all that good stuff. Okay. So you're meditating again. You're still meditating. This is not a quick thing for, you know, I must stress, it's not a quick. It's not very, you have to take your time in the meditation, not like 10 minutes, okay, I meditated, and no. So if you have a bit of some ADD or some trouble focusing, please turn off all your social media, put your stuff on airplane mode. You know, the world is not going to die in an hour. And if it does, well, at least you know you were connecting with a deity and you'll be going to a better place anyways. So, you know, I did about 45 minutes, and then I chanted, and this is where it gets a little hard for some of you, because you're like, well, what do I say? Well, if you want to use your native tongue, and you know you're not into that whole incantation stuff, you can just say, let's say, I'm just gonna go. Let me see in the list. Okay, Aphrodite. Aphrodite, I come to you humble. I come to you. Because I am putting my heart out there in your hands. I am putting myself vulnerable to you and and all of your awe and perfection. I ask of you to bless me with my soulmate. Bless me with the opportunity to love myself before any other, but also bring me a companion that will be able to treat me how I want to be treated. I want to be loved. Be specific. I want to be loved. I don't want to be neglected. I want him to put me on a pedestal. I want to feel like I'm the only woman in his eyes. Men, obviously, I want to be treated like the king that I am, you know, and all that good stuff. Just, you know, speak. Speak. For those of you who do like your incantation stuff, you know, I have one for y'all, and I'll make sure I put it into the description box. But you can, my incantation in English is simply, I call on the gods of love and companionship. You know, come to me. I'll say that about 5, 6, 7, 8, 12, 13 times, however times I need to say it for me to feel the presence of someone or something, or the deity, or, you know, all that fun stuff. Okay, and then I'll say, bless me with my lover-to-be. You know, again, I'll say that about 10, 13 times, or however times I need for me to visualize exactly what I want to happen, exactly the kind of man I must, you know, if I like him tall, then I'll start fantasize about my favorite actor. You know, I want his body type to be like him. You know, for me, it would be like Jason Momoa. So I'll envision someone like him, you know, rugged from, you know, that Conan movie, you know, rugged, or, you know, tall and dominating, someone who I could feel protected with, and, you know, I'll just envision. You know, that's the cool thing about when you meditate and chant, is that you can visualize. Your mind is very strong and capable of doing all these things at once. If it takes you some time, if it's a little bit harder for you to do, take your time. You know, you can do half an hour now, you know, and as the candles, you know, the candle was about this big, you know, it took literally overnight. Go back to it, you know, do half an hour every hour, and until you feel that you've got it right. That's the good thing about this. And then to finish it off, I'll just say, bless me with happiness, okay? So in Latin, it's very, you know, I must stress this. If you're going to do this in an incantation form, whether it's Latin, Greek, or whatever, you know, language that you feel comfortable using that's not your native tongue, practice, practice, practice on your own time. Because the worst thing for you to do is, you're in the spirit, you're focusing, everything's going good, and as you're doing your incantation, you get tongue-tied and kill the whole mood. That's happened to me a lot of times. So memorize them, memorize, 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 have your cue card, and just, you know, go with the flow, okay? So with this, you know, you'll take your trusty bell, or your maraca, or your cowrie shells, or whatever it is that you use to commune with the deity. And I'll just do it this hand. Okay, so, you know, you close your mind, you close your eyes, you open your mind, you breathe, you center yourself, you slow down your heart beating, you steady your breathing, okay, and you just start, okay, so you'll do the whole BONA, AMORIS et CONTUBERNIO INVOCO, VENIAT, ADME. You'll do that about 10, 13 times, or every time you feel that the deity is with you. And you continue, Ud BENEDICAT MIHI ANIMA cum meo AMATORE. Notice, I hope you notice, but you just don't read it as Ud BENEDICAT MIHI ANIMA cum meo AMATORE. No, honey, you need to put some umph in it, okay? You need to with authority. Every time you're going to do your spells and incantations, you must do it with authority, with like you know what the hell you're doing. Okay, so Ut BENEDICAT MIHI ANIMA cum meo AMATORE. BENEDICAM me incunditate sic. And then for those who say so mote be, so blessed be, well in Latin is sic fiat. Okay, you'll do this for about a whole 45 minutes or more, okay? If you can leave this outside or wherever the sun, if you're going to do it at night, let the moon hit it so that the rays of the sun can bless it. So the rays of the moon can bless it, and in the morning, let the sun rays bless it. Okay, if you could do it outside, better. If not, you know, in your home, that's perfectly fine, okay? So, once you do that, you're going to take all this, you're going to boil it with the wine, with some holy water. If you make your own holy water, then hey, that's great. If not, then, you know, go get some at the church. You boil it all down. You add 5 spray of your own perfume once it's all done. Boil it for 45 minutes. Okay, it's very simple. Cool it down. Bathe yourself for 3 days. You know, take your shower normally, okay? And after you're done, you bathe. Go straight to sleep, air dry. In the morning, you rinse. You know, to the bath, again, you can add honey. You can add the same oils they use to burn on the charcoal. And that's that. It's very simple. It's simple. It's just, you know, it's a 2 to 3 day type of thing. And you just go out, you know, go to the library, change up the times that you, if all you do is go shopping for groceries, then by all means, you know, if you go every day at 3 o'clock, then switch it up, go at 5. You know, try to do something spontaneous. Go have dinner by yourself if that's the case, or go to a bar, movies. Put yourself out there so that you can allow the spell to actually work for you, you know. If you're just going to sit home, again, honey, Mr. Man ain't going to come knock on your door. And if he is, call the cops because he's a stalker. You know, so make sure you go out there and put yourself out, you know. If you're the type of girl that's afraid or doesn't have the time to really go out there and all you do is social media, then okay, once you do your baths, take some, you know, get your hair done, your eye, makeup, nails, take some fresh pictures and put them up on your social media. Why? Because the whole purpose of the actual bath it's you're enchanting your skin. You know, your skin all of a sudden is going to have this glow. This, you know, people are going to look at you like, hey, you know, did you just get a face peel, or did you go tanning, or are you in love, or there's something different about you? Well, that's because you're enchanting your whole body, your temple, to allow this attraction to come into play, okay? So, if you have any questions, please feel free to call me. I love you. I love you. I love you. Deus Vobiscum. May the gods be with you. And I'll see you next time. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share my